This is the QTV Nightly News, which is also on Q Radio 103.3 FM, and I am Mamna Buka. Thank you for joining us. Here are the headlines. A team of international urology specialists will be in the Gambia for a 2-week medical mission at Carnifing General Hospital from August the 21st to September the 3rd to help strengthen access to specialized urological care. 24 Gambia Immigration Department officials stationed at Banjul International Airport have just completed a 2-week training course on document examination and fraud detection. We speak to an Amsterdam-based Gambian doing a job that would be unfamiliar to most Gambians. He's a tram driver. In international news, a Liberian former Vice President Jewel Howard Taylor, who was also once married to the country's ex-president Charles Taylor, has been arrested and charged after being linked to what Liberian authorities claim is the biggest drug bust in the country's history. In sports news, the Kunting Zone Nawetan recently brought back excitement to the community as Kunting FC played out a goalless draw against Kibiri FC at the community playing ground. Those were the headlines. Coming up next, the news in detail. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now, a team of international urology specialists is currently in the Gambia for a 2-week medical mission at Carnifing General Hospital. The team aims to strengthen access to specialized urological care with surgeries to run from August 21st to September 3rd at Carnifing General Hospital. Loliam Kamara reports.
The team is setting up and ensuring that the necessary equipment is in place ahead of the surgical procedures to begin on Monday, 24th August 2026. The mission will involve screening patients and performing surgeries with particular attention to those with conditions requiring catheterization and other surgical interventions. The medical mission builds on previous efforts to improve access to specialized urological services in the Gambia. According to team leader Ronald Nufa of Doctors for Africa, based in the Netherlands, his first visit to the Gambia was initially intended as a holiday. However, during his stay, he visited Carnifing General Hospital and identified a pressing need for a greater access to specialized urological care.
And that's when we started, we set up the urological care. And last year we have had the first real mission here in Carnifing, also with the team, and it was successful, but there were issues, and a lot of the issues will be solved during this mission.
Mr. Nutter says the current team comprises urology specialists from the Netherlands, Denmark and Germany. The team also brought specialized equipment to support the procedures, including cameras, video monitors, and electrosurgical devices. Mr. Nutter also outlined some of the urological conditions the team expects to treat during the medical mission.
Male with enlarged prostates, so they can't void, they can't pee, and they get a rubber or a pipe, as you call it here in the Gambia, and then they need surgical treatment to get rid of it. So that is the main thing, which are elderly males, and we also do children with undescent testes that need treatment, and there's also females with fistula after birth between bladder and vagina. And then of course there is kidney issues, bladder issues that we can treat too.
Usman Sise, the nurse in charge of the theatre at Carnifing General Hospital, is supporting the international team throughout the medical mission.
We are preparing for the much anticipated surgical camp that will be starting on Monday. We are preparing the theatre for the patients because in our quest for quality service delivery, we want to make sure that everything is ready and available for the patients, and then there will be that efficiency in delivering the services.
The Chief Executive Officer of Carnifing General Hospital, Basiru Drame, welcomed the team's contribution to strengthening access to specialized healthcare services.
Last year they did it and it was very successful, and this year again they came back. But this year we have so many people who are actually calling This is because our consultant urologist, that is Dr. Kajali Kamara, he was doing the program in Banjul when he's done. I think he came with all these patients. So we have so many patients on the queue. So we hope that no, they're actually going to do justice to the camp, so that the people who need to be operated, they are operated, or those who need to be cared, they are cared for.
The team hopes to screen as many patients as possible and perform as many surgeries as feasible before the medical mission concludes on September 3rd. For QTV News, Slowly M. Kamara.
The Gambia Immigration Department on Friday held a closing ceremony for a 2-week training course on document examination and fraud detection for 24 officers stationed at Banjul International Airport, conducted by trainers from the Netherlands. The training aimed to strengthen officers' capacity to identify fraudulent travel documents and enhance border security. Here is Yafatugay with the rest of the details.
The training was designed to strengthen officers' skills in identifying fraudulent documents and detecting various forms of document fraud. With fraudulent methods constantly evolving, the program equipped immigration officers with the knowledge and practical skills needed to detect fake or altered travel documents. The participants will also train other GID officers, helping to share the knowledge gained during the 2-day program. Superintendent Sambambalo was a participant in the training.
So I believe the team is well equipped now to conduct trainings for other immigration officers. That I have no doubt. And then from our trainers and other supervisors who have witnessed our trainings has clearly indicated that we are ready to serve.
Maria Manyang, Commissioner of the Banjul International Airport, spoke about the growing challenges of document fraud and the importance of having well-trained immigration officers.
Document fraud remains to be a significant challenge to effective border management and control. As immigration officers, we are often the first line of defense at all borders. Our ability to detect or identify counterfeit documents, forgery, and fraudulently acquired documents is therefore crucial in ensuring the integrity and security of our borders.
Stefanie Squad, a senior advisor at the Ministry of Justice and Security in the Netherlands, spoke about the importance of the training and cooperation in strengthening document security.
Today, the Gambia Immigration Department has its own certified document trainers, colleagues who have successfully completed the train-the-trainer program and who are now equipped to pass on their knowledge and skills to others within their own organization.
Marinus de Veris, a trainer representing the Netherlands Center of Expertise for Identity Fraud and Documents, highlighted the importance of proper document examination in detecting identity and travel document fraud.
The fight against document fraud is far more than a battle against human trafficking and smuggling. In many cases of societal disrupting crime, whether organized crime syndicates or terrorist networks, document fraud always act as a critical enabler. In this context, we often refer to document fraud as the mother of all fraud.
Olimatu Jame, the Assistant Director General for Administration at the GID, reiterated the department's commitment to safeguarding the country's borders.
The Gambia Immigration Department remains steadfast in its strategic mandate of safeguarding the territorial integrity of our nation while facilitating legitimate travel and migration.
The training is expected to enhance the Gambia Immigration Department's capacity to detect fraudulent travel documents and strengthen border security. The trained officers will also share their knowledge with other GIT personnel, helping to improve document screening and prevent the use of fraudulent travel documents. Reporting for QTV News, this is Yafatugay.
It is often joked that despite the Gambia's small size, one can hardly go anywhere in the world and not bump into a Gambian. Perhaps it should be no surprise then that our colleague Korkaba, while in the Dutch capital Amsterdam, came across a fellow Gambian and one whose job would be unfamiliar and unusual to most Gambians. Adidara May tells us more.
Trams are among the most popular modes of transport for getting around Amsterdam. As a first-time visitor to the Dutch capital, Korkaba, appropriately the host of QTV Street Talk, came upon his fellow Gambian Omar Ba in the streets of Amsterdam. Over the course of a day or two, Omar spoke to Korka and told him about his unusual line of work and accompanied him on his route, which also allowed time to see a lot of the beautiful city of Amsterdam. And he got to tell us his story, and we also observed his interaction with his passengers. Having initially dabbled in music, playing the djembe drum, which he said hurt his back, Omar explained how he came to do this line of work while showing us around the city and demonstrating how his tram operated.
I started to work as a transport company. Then later I went to work in the filling station, also just to my communication skills and the language. And then from there, I thought of, I kind of partially studied tourism, and I am an open person, I'm a musician, so I like to work with people. So that's how I thought myself, like, okay, I want to motivate myself to do something more interactive. So that's how I came to the tram. I can read and write and understand the language. I speak the language like I speak Wolof or Fula, myself Fula. So, and I live in Amsterdam for 12 years now. And through a friend of mine, I got this job because he's also working in this company. So he called me one day like, hey, they are looking for tram drivers. And I know it's something for you. So from there, I just stepped up. I said, okay, I need to do the course. The course was like 7 weeks. And after 7 weeks, I got qualified. So that's how I got employed. And my experience with driving tram in Amsterdam, the crazy city, I mean, you know, we are Gambians, we are flexible, we are communicative, we are friendly. That's why we are called the Smiling Coast. So my experience here is like, I'm loving it every day. And only the compliments you get from people every day on the tram is keeping me also like, I love what I'm doing. Okay. So doing what I'm doing and just keeping my smile, and then everything is going all right.
Having heard from the man, we thought we'd better speak to some of the passengers and find out how they felt having him drive them around this wonderful city.
I feel good. I feel okay. I feel comfortable. Yeah. For me, it's simple and normal. But 41 years I live in Holland. For me, the tram is normal. I drive okay. Sometimes someone drives too hard, but normally they do it good.
That was Astrid Pellen. And here's Joop, another passenger, with his take on having Omar drive him around.
For me, he's a Dutch brother. Yeah. So far, so good. I think he's the same as all the other drivers. I think they train very well. I have to look at him, but I think they get proper training. So yeah, they all drive. They're all good drivers. I did see one tram collapse once though, but it wasn't the fault of the driver. The weather. So yeah, no, it's totally fine.
Now, having heard from some satisfied passengers, Omar continued with some words of advice.
Migration is normal everywhere. Only thing I just said, if you come to a place, like we said, if you go to Rome, do as the Romans do. So integrate yourself. You know, don't limit yourself. The sky is the limit. So just go for it. It doesn't only mean driving a tram. You see the buses over there. There are Africans driving the buses like Ghanaians and stuff. We have to go for these jobs. These jobs are here now, and they're really looking for people to do these jobs. So if you just focus on a little bit of motivation and just trying to integrate more into the society, this is a way to get into society and get what you're looking for. So what I'm just saying is I want to see more. I want to see more, especially fellow Gambians. Here being a tram driver or a conductor behind or a bus driver, even in the train. So there's no limit. Don't limit yourself. Just go for it.
That was Omar Ba, a Gambian who spent 12 years in the Netherlands and who's loving life and loving doing his job every single day. For QTV News, I am Ade Darami.
That report by Ade Darami will take us on a commercial break. When we return, we have some international and sports news stories. Do stay tuned.
In today's world, speed matters, but slow internet can hold you back. Now, the future of connectivity has arrived in the Gambia. QCell's Q-Fiber, ultra-fast, ultra-reliable internet designed for the way you live. Stream your favorite shows without buffering. Power your business with seamless video calls. Study, work, and play online like never before. From homes to businesses, QCell Fiber is connecting the Gambia to the future. QCell's Q Fiber. Get connected today. Call 145 or 300-3779. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Important news for prospective pilgrims. Ajib Bank Limited, in collaboration with the Gambia International Airlines (GIA), has officially commenced the collection of deposit payments for the 2027 Hajj pilgrimage. Intending pilgrims planning to perform the holy journey with the nation's premier travel operator can now secure their spots early. The initial deposit required to register for the 2027 Hajj package is $400,000. Payments can be made at any Ajib Bank branch nationwide. After making your deposit, remember to present your bank payment slip to the Gambia International Airlines offices to update your records and finalize your registration. As seats are allocated on a first-come, first-served basis, early registration is strongly encouraged to guarantee your spot for this sacred journey. For further details on registration requirements and account information, visit your nearest Ajib Bank branch or contact the Gambia International Airlines Hajj Secretariat.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News and I am Mamna Buka. Now on to our international and sports news stories. In Liberia, suspicions of an alleged involvement with a transnational narcotics network have led to the arrest and detention of former Vice President Jewel Howard Taylor. Offenses she has been charged with include drug trafficking and money laundering. Fatimata Jaju has the details.
The government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Justice, was to inform the public that former Vice President Jewel Howard Taylor has been formally charged in connection with the ongoing investigation into an alleged transnational narcotics network operating within and beyond the Republic of Liberia.
That was the dramatic moment when Justice Minister, Councillor N. Oswald Twe confirmed what had until then been a rumor that the former vice president had been arrested and charged. He went on to reveal how she was apprehended.
But Howard Taylor was stopped from departing Liberia at the Robert International Airport and subsequently taken to the headquarters of the Liberian National Police.
The minister confirmed that Madam Howard Taylor is charged with drug trafficking, money laundering, and multiple different violations. In videos circulating online, a heavy police presence can be seen around the police headquarters. In addition to the former vice president, police say they have charged 3 foreign nationals, 2 Croatians, and 1 Ukrainian in absentia as part of their investigation. They are accused of being part of the same network as the former politician. Taylor was once Liberia's first lady while married to former President Charles Taylor. According to police chief Gregory Coleman, the 63-year-old politician is believed to have links with last month's seizure of cocaine worth $317 million. Almost 4 tons of cocaine believed to be bound for Europe were found during the raid in July. Liberian authorities describe it as the country's biggest drug bust and said it had uncovered a sophisticated transnational trafficking network. They are now claiming that Madam Howard Taylor was a significant player in that network. The investigation has since extended to senior figures within Liberia's security establishment. The government in its statement says its investigations are aimed at identifying not only those directly involved in transporting drugs, but also financiers, organizers, and people accused of helping to protect the operation. Following her arrest and detention, it was revealed that Madam Taylor had become ill and had been rushed to hospital. This prompted a statement from her still imprisoned former husband, Charles Taylor, and this statement from Gregory Coleman Liberia's Inspector General of Police after he was besieged by reporters outside the hospital where Madam Howard Taylor was being treated.
Right now, the doctor have asked for an extension for them to observe her a little more, but she's fine, she's speaking, she's receiving visitors at this point in time.
After her now ex-husband was tried and imprisoned, Joel Howard Taylor formed a political alliance with former footballer George Weah and was his vice president from 2018 to 2024. For QTV News, I am Fatoumata Jaju.
Still in Liberia, the country has received the first 20 migrants deported from the United States under a new agreement that could see up to 1,200 people transferred to the West African country. The deal is part of President Donald Trump's wider immigration crackdown under which migrants are increasingly being sent to other countries other than their own. Ansumana Isonyasi has the details.
20 migrants arrived at Roberts International Airport outside Monrovia on Thursday. The policy has triggered concern among immigration lawyers and rights groups over the safety and legal rights of those being transferred. Liberian officials say the deportees may come from Africa, North and South America and the Caribbean, with many expected to be nationals of countries such as Venezuela and Cuba. Liberia says those arriving will be treated as guests. They can apply for asylum if they wish to remain or leave the country if they do not want to stay. But immigration advocates warn that sending people to countries with which they have no connection could undermine their ability to seek protection and expose them to further uncertainty. Liberia is the latest African country to participate in Washington's third country deportation program. Similar arrangements have been reached with countries including Ghana, Sierra Leone, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Cameroon, the Central African Republic and Equatorial Guinea. Sierra Leone, for example, agreed to receive hundreds of West African nationals deported by the United States, with the first group arriving in May. The United Kingdom has also pursued migrant return arrangements with African countries, although most involve returning people to their countries of nationality. In February, Britain announced arrangements with Angola, Namibia and the Democratic Republic of Congo to accept nationals who have no legal right to remain in the UK. Britain also has a strengthened returns arrangement with Nigeria, covering undocumented migrants and some foreign offenders. The UK previously pursued a more controversial third country model with Rwanda, seeking to transfer asylum seekers there for processing. The policy was eventually abandoned after legal challenges and a change of government. For Liberia, the arrival of the first 20 deportees now presents a major humanitarian and administrative challenge. As more people arrive, attention will focus on whether the agreement can balance immigration enforcement with the rights, safety and freedom of those being transferred thousands of kilometers from their home countries. Ansmane Sonyasi for KTV News.
Next, we'll have sports news. The Kunting Zone Nawetan recently brought back excitement to the community as Kunting FC played out a goalless draw against Kibiri FC at the community playing ground. Parker Basuso tells us more.
The highly anticipated fixture attracted fans from the community and its surrounding, and it lived up to expectation as it delivered everything: tackles, intensity and some lovely exchanges, except goals. Both teams, Kunting FC and Kibiri FC, demonstrated a great level of commitment and hunger during the match, and even creating a few decent chances that they failed to bury. Fans of both teams pushed their respective teams to push for the winner, but despite efforts, the two teams unhappily had to settle for a goalless draw. Kibiri FC head coach Keba Gajigo, speaking after the match, said they came to win, but unfortunately could not. While accepting the results, he thanked the organizers for their foresight. Speaking also after the game, Kunting head coach Seini Jawla said this was their fourth game and grateful with the point despite the absence of some key players due to injury. Football's power in bringing people together in unison was certainly manifest in Kunting. The president of Kunting Zone Nawetan, Sajo Jambang, committee chairman Khalifa Sow, and Same district chief Mam Jallo welcomed the initiative in empowering youth through football while thanking partners for their support. Kunting FC and Kibiri FC will hope to secure victories in upcoming games and ultimately deliver the trophy in this year's Kunting Zone Nawetan, which will see over 15 teams fighting for the ultimate prize. For QTV News, Pakaba Suso.
Our report brings us to the end of this bulletin, but before we go, here's a recap of the headlines. A team of international urology specialists will be in the Gambia for a 2-week medical mission at Kanifing General Hospital from August the 21st to September the 3rd to help strengthen access to specialized urological care. 24 Gambia Immigration Department officials stationed at Banjul International Airport have just completed a 2-week training course on document examination and fraud detection. We speak to an Amsterdam-based Gambian doing a job that would be unfamiliar to most Gambians. He's a tram driver. In international news, a Liberian former Vice President, Jewel Howard Taylor, who was also once married to the country's ex-president, Charles Taylor, has been arrested and charged after being linked to what Liberian authorities claim is the biggest drug bust in the country's history. In sports news, the Kunting Zone Nawetan recently brought back excitement to the community as Kunting FC played out a goalless draw against Kibiri FC at the community playing ground. That's all for this bulletin. Join us again on Monday for another bulletin. Thank you for watching.